No matter what traits you have, no matter what characteristics you have, no matter what kind of behaviors you exude, no matter what weird dispositions that you have, no matter what weird beliefs you have, the narratives behind everything is going to dictate whether or not it's going to be perceived as either good or bad in the first place. So it's essentially based on how you curate these specific things and the synergy between all of these different things, which would allow the trait to be seen as fantastic or not. It's like a key on the piano. That key on its own is never going to truly bring an audience to like the song, if you catch my drift. A song can't be made with one simple key. The song is only going to be made with a bunch of different keys in the right synergy. Your traits, characteristics, behaviors, etc., everything else are essentially just keys of a piano, and the synergy between them is how good you are at playing the piano. That's your curation. Or another example is, let's say we're fucking chemists and we're just fucking Michael Faraday or some goofy shit. We use a bunch of different chemicals and the chemical reaction is the whole. That's who we are. We use a whole bunch of different chemicals and the chemical reaction is then going to become who we are in the first place, but it's based on how we put these different things together. We're the architects in our own story. We're the architects. We just have to learn how to build our own stories in the minds of others in the first place. And don't think that anything that you have is inherently good or bad, or that you're just this eternal 7 or this eternal 10 or this eternal 0. It keeps you on your fucking toes, but it teaches you a simple lesson that you're not ever going to be stuck at any specific rating. No man has a fixed rating. There's no such thing as a fucking 0 out of 10, 10 out of 10, any of this goofy shit. Looks maxing is goofy as fuck. Even if it was true, there's about 100 to 1,000 different other factors involved, which will essentially make the effects of this shit minute or huge, depending on the specific traits, characteristics, and behaviors which surround that specific thing in the first place. I hope y'all are getting what I'm saying. I'm saying the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Never be jealous of another person. Just figure out how you can use what you have to curate the world that you want to be perceived by the external. You don't buy the iPhone for the camera itself. The iPhone camera on its own accord is kind of goofy. Every single Sony camera, every single Canon, every single whatever is way better than this camera right here. But the fact is, this camera becomes amazing when you couple it with a bright ass LED screen with a bunch of different apps with the cellular data, which allows you to call niggas, text people, get on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, able to film TikToks with this shit. So it's the entire whole which allows these specific things which might not actually shine on their own to be brighter than anything around it. iPhone is bought way more than any specific Sony camera. It's bought way more than any LED screen. It's bought more than anything else that competes with any specific thing that it has, even though its flashlight isn't as good as the best flashlights. Its camera isn't as good as the best cameras. Its LED screen isn't bigger or as good as the best LED screens. The microphone on it is fucking ass. The AI Siri is absolutely booty crack. But the fact that the whole is fantastic once you put everything together allows every single aspect of this thing to shine. You're the same way and your traits are the exact same way. So don't ever think that anything that you were born with or any disposition that you have or any characteristic that you have, all of these psychological tendencies that you have, none of these things are inherently bad. If the result is bad or if you receive bad feedback externally, that means that the way that you're exuding them or curating them to the public is bad, but not the specific thing itself. So lose all insecurities immediately, bro. So all the short niggas, tall niggas, big niggas, small niggas, fat niggas, rat niggas, goofy niggas, missing toothy niggas, y'all are going to be okay if you learn how to curate the world in which allows your specific trait, characteristic, or anything about you to shine, bruh. Also this, bro, never worry about statistics, rules, because those things are only going to ever apply to the people who exist on the slightly below average to above average tip. Those who live on the extremes aren't dictated by any rules, parameters, or stats that these people here are dictated by. And the thing is, these people on the entire spectrum, none of these people are inherently better than the other. There are stupid people up here, there are geniuses down here. The only thing is that the people up here simply curated a world which allowed their specific trait to and shine bright and allowed that specific trait and the whole to be seen as fantastic. Simply put, you're just able to do one or the other more so on average depending on the trait that you have. But specifically you watching this, no matter what fucking trait you have, you're able to exist on these extremes. And from an objective standpoint, nobody on this spectrum is better than the other. But the only people who are truly dictated by the rules are going to be the people who abide by the fucking rules or abide by the statistical standards or the statistical tendencies or anything that has to do with that. I'm not ever going to brag about anything that I've done in my life because I find it fucking goofy as shit. I'll just tell you, bro. Once I learned how to signal certain things, I've gotten the results of people who existed on the extremes. And I realized there was no difference between me here or there. The simple fact is I learned how to signal the correct thing so the people who saw me or perceived me simply perceived an extreme. There's an extreme version of every single type of person. But regardless of whatever group you fall into, bro, there's an extreme extreme version of you out there, or you can invent it yourself using different signals. There's no fucking philosophical constraint which is not allowing you to do so. Therefore, if you simply don't do so, you just failed based on your own competence. And don't worry about whether or not you could do it. Fuck the ego shit. You can do it because it's literally possible for you to do it. There's no physical law constraining you from being able to pull this shit off in the first place. You can literally pull it off. And if you did pull it off, you already pulled it off and you're the person who pulled it off. Our experience of time itself is purely based on emotion, but the past, present, and future already exist at the exact same time. But our experience of it is predicated upon our motion on this third dimensional fucking plane. Therefore, if you did do it already, you're the person who did it. And everybody here can do it. So I just say, if you're watching this, assume you've already done it and become the person that you already know you are.